What if you were invited to a wedding, and at the wedding, at the very, very front, there's a casket, and the bride and groom is standing in front of the casket, and they are symbolically placing their selfishness, their pride, and their passions inside of the casket. And as the final token of this ceremony, they bury their selfishness. Would not that saying be more aligned with what we call the values of marriage? And as crazy as that might sound, I kind of feel like we need to begin hosting weddings that way, because what we have in today's society, this YOLO, do what you will version of you make me feel good and I make you feel good, so we're good for each other. This is not love. In fact, I believe that this prevailing feel good philosophy of relationship is why the death toll of marriages is astronomical, and marriage is in crisis. And perhaps that is why we should consider as a society placing weddings as funerals, death to selfishness. I mean, if you consider it, why is it that you don't just run out and have an affair after a heated argument? What is the force that makes a man look down and away from this gorgeous woman that stepped into the elevator? Why isn't it that you don't eat all of the dinner and send the kids to bed hungry? Or why is it that you haven't thrown mama from the train after the 100th time you've had the same conversation that goes nowhere and you never will agree on? Well, the answer is discipline. And where there is no discipline, there is no love. In fact, love begins with self-control. So when a husband is caught in the DMs, sliding in someone else's DMs, and his response is, I'm sorry, it won't happen again, but he has not implemented the behavioral change to discipline his desires and his selfishness, there's no love. That's not love. When a wife calls her husband every name in the book, and her way of smoothing things over is just to seduce him but then cuss him out the very next time he disappoints her, that's not love. Love is the discipline of the emotion. And what most of us have experienced and what most of us have been conditioned for is emotional manipulation, not love. And that's why I'm suggesting, as imagery, as a cultural shift for marriage, that maybe we do need to put a casket there instead of an arch. Maybe the vow should include adding the death of your selfishness, the death of your pride, the death of your wanting to punish somebody when they're wrong. Because until we've done that, until we've practiced death to self through discipline of our emotions, we don't love for real. Just because I have feelings for you does not mean I love you. And love does not always feel good, which is why we need discipline. Is it the same true for your weight loss journey? Losing weight does not always feel good, but that discipline leads to the result of a healthier body. Even with studies, studying does not feel good, but the discipline of studying brings you to a place of having a stronger grasp and understanding of the material. Discipline don't always feel good, but it is the beginning of love. So the next time someone happily announces their engagement, ask them, are you ready for the funeral? Because when we don't have discipline, we shouldn't be getting married for real. And that's just the truth of the matter. Love is willing to die. Love is willing to sacrifice. Love will say no to selfishness, pride, ego. The thing that makes me feel good and makes you feel bad, I will say no to. That's when I know I love you for real. This is Judge Char. Please like, share, and subscribe, and be blessed and encouraged.